What's going on, guys? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you guys. All right, we're gonna get rocking tonight. What's up, Neil and Daniel? Good to see you guys. David and Keith, hey, how are y'all doing? See if I can get myself on the screen here. Gotta adjust my camera just a little bit. There we go. Let's see. And activate. There I am in all of my glory. All right, what's up, y'all? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, glad you're here. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader, here to help you understand the market through an Elliott wave perspective. We're going to look at it through an Elliott wave lens and see what's happening on the in the crypto world. We're gonna have a great night tonight. We're gonna look at Bitcoin tonight. We'll look at where we think it's headed. We're gonna look at Ethereum. We'll look at ADA. We'll look at XRP for sure. ADA. We'll look at XLM. We'll look at the DXY as well, the S&P, all the major markets, and just see what all the charts are pointing to. We're gonna do a total market analysis and see what in general what the waves are telling us. The wave structure does tell us where price is going. It tells us what the tendency for price, and we can look at the 5s and 3s of the market through an Elliott wave lens and apply that and look at and see where the market might be going. So that's what we're doing today. Glad you made it to the channel. If you've never heard of Elliott wave theory, it's definitely worth your study. That's what one of the purposes of my Discord is, to teach people what Elliott wave theory is, how to apply it in today's markets. Guys, you got to nuance it a little bit. You really do. You have to have a lot of discernment, and you need to add some other things to your analysis to be good at it. So if you're still learning, and invite you into the Discord, love to have you in. It's a good place to learn Elliott wave, but that's not the only thing you learn there. You learn. I've got a good trading system that I use. We teach psychology there, as well as you get 2 live streams a day, plus an awesome and just an awesome community of people. So it's one of the best I've ever been around. So with that said, I hope you guys would consider joining us. All right. So there's your introduction, and there is the what do you call it? There's the welcome into the group if you come in. Just become a Patreon supporter. Just go to my Patreon, become a Patreon supporter there, and we'll get you right into the Discord as soon as possible. All right, with that said, we have 40 of you concurrently watching. Good to see you. There's 8 likes. If we could balance that out just a little bit, hit the likes, that'd be awesome. Daniel L., what's up, man? David Joseph, he's bearish. That's bullish and bearish at the same time. I love it. Keith will always get the Moon Boy counts for you, because we know you want those Moon Boy counts. We'll definitely get them for you. But we're going to give you the Bear Boy counts too, to be watching out for bearish ideas as well. Yeah, thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it. I am back, and I'm ready to rock, man. Ready to rock. I've had a good time off. I took about a month off. My dad was in the hospital, as well as then we actually were able to go on our family vacation, and so was able to keep that as well. And so we're back, and we're ready, and did have a good time. Johnny, thank you for thinking about that. What's up, Merle? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And Crypto Fitter, there's Evo. What's up, man? James Bond, how's life out there? How's the dentistry practice out there in Puerto Rico? You've been pulling teeth, man? Doing a lot of cleaning? What are you doing out there? Crypto Hazard, hey, bud. I'm doing pretty well, bud. I'm doing really well. And there's Neil Smith. I had a pretty good day playing disc golf today. Had a good time. We had a church gathering. We had a barbecue, and that was fun. And I played disc golf and had a good time. I think I shot 3 over par. Not horrible, not great, but it's kind of an easy course, so I should have done better. So anyway, let's see. Who did I not say? But hey, Hasta La Vista Barbie, what's up, man? Hey, man, there's a movie coming out, a Barbie movie coming out. I don't know if it's already out or if you've seen it. So, what's up, Paul O'Hagan? Hey, buddy. Thanks, man. Appreciate the welcome back. Guys, thanks for all the warm welcome. Appreciate it. I missed you guys. I hope you guys had a good break from the charts. Man, the charts went sideways for us. It was pretty awesome. You really didn't miss a whole lot of analysis at all. So I tell you what I'm gonna do. How's the how's the video and audio? Everything looking good? I have a VPN on, and I don't know how it might be affecting the live stream. So let me know if it looks pretty good, sounds pretty good. As long as it's good, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Otherwise, I need to pause the VPN for a little bit. So let me know. Oldies Afghan. Hey, do you make Afghans? Hey, thanks for the warm welcome back. Appreciate that. Yeah, Merle, I hope your investments are doing well. They might be they might do good for you. Oh, Johnny, that's a good question. I'd have to provide you guys something, wouldn't I? I would have to come up with some kind of a base. Yeah, I'd have to figure that out. Yeah, that's a good. I appreciate that. Let me think about that, Johnny. That's a good idea. I like it. I hadn't thought about that, but thanks for that. Appreciate it. All right. Well, if we're looking good, guys, let's jump into the charts. Let's start with the macro. We'll zoom in with a microscope to the micro, and then work our way into making a trading plan after we do the analysis. Okay. All right. So with that said, let's go to the 3-day chart. Just kind of step back, look at the 3-day, say, okay, what's going on? Oh, hey, Eddie. This was this shirt that I'm wearing is I did get it in Seattle. Hey, Jobs. Or Joe. I don't know how to say your name, man. Is it Jobes? Hobes? I'm not sure how to say it, bud. But yeah, I took my wife to Seattle. We had a weekend. It was like a Thursday through a Sunday. We flew out on like a Wednesday or a Thursday. We ate at a French restaurant there on the water. I can't remember the name of it. It was really good. Not too far from the Ferris wheel. We went down obviously to the fish market and whatnot, and we did some coffee shops and some different places. I just had a good weekend. And then on Sunday we watched the Redskins because the Redskins were coming in and playing the Seahawks. So we watched the Redskins play. And this was back, I don't remember when we went. In 2017, maybe 2018 is when we went. Somewhere around there. It was a fantastic trip. It was really, really, really good. Just ordered pizza. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so we had a good time. It was one of the best trips. We got a Airbnb while we were out there. I forget where we stayed, downtown somewhere, and we just flew in and took Ubers everywhere we went, or we walked. It was really, really fun. I've heard Seattle's kind of gone downhill since then. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear that. But it was one of my favorite times. It was a November trip. We went in November. A little rainy, not too bad, but the Redskins beat the Seahawks that year. It was fantastic. That's one of the loudest stadiums out there, and it was nice and silent as we were walking out. It was so awesome. Because usually I'll go to a Redskins game and we're walking out as losers, and everybody's just cheering and laughing and having a good time, and we're sitting there walking with our tail. But it was nice on that day to be able to walk out with a win. So that was cool. All right. But yeah, that was my Seattle trip, and this is the shirt that I got, and I remember fondly. Every time I put this shirt on, I remember it. All right. Anyway, let's. Hey, thanks for asking, and sorry guys, that's just a little of my life there. All right, let's look at the 3-day chart, see what's going on. Don't forget to hit the like button. All right, that's the last time I'll say anything about that. All right, here we go. Looking at this chart, guys, first thing I see is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I see a 5-wave move there. Okay, so I think that wave is finished right there. This was some kind of an A, B, and a C, a 1, 2, and a 3. It doesn't matter. This is not some kind of wave 4 going into a wave 5. Okay, this is just so you don't want to really worry about a macro count. I think it's in my opinion, it's probably, how do I say it? It is error to try to find a macro count. I don't think that's something you need to do. Okay, I know there's a lot of people that try to take the lifetime chart of Bitcoin and say, hey, we're in a wave 4, we're in a wave 5, and we got to do this or that. But I just don't think that you need to have a macro count. And I know a lot of people do, and they take it to log scale, and they try to do counts on this. I just don't think that's the way to handle. I just don't think that's the way to handle Bitcoin at all. I really don't. So with that said, I'm not one of those guys that worries about the macro count. Okay, so that's one thing. You can test that theory out by going through all the currencies and try to get a macro count for the Euro USD. You won't find one. Try to get a macro count for the Swiss franc against the USD, the Swissy. You won't get a count. You'll just get this big blob of waves that starts and makes starts high, makes lower lows, whatever. You won't get a macro count. You won't. But that doesn't mean Elliott wave can't be applied to the market. But I think Elliott wave just needs to basically be applied on the on the smaller time frames. When I say smaller, I mean the daily chart and lower mainly. Okay, but I do look at the 3-day because it kind of consolidates everything for me pretty nicely. Now, when I look at this chart, now you guys may disagree with me and what I just said, and that's okay. But I'm just letting you know where I'm coming from and my analysis. I'm not one that feels like we need to have a major count here. Okay, all right. With that said, I'm looking at the 3-day chart here, and I'm thinking, okay, well, what is this doing? Well, we're going sideways in this range right here. Okay, we're going sideways, and this thing could break up, it could break down. It's looking right now, it's red. Okay, we've got a red 3-day candle. In fact, we've got 22 hours left on this candle, so we've got one more day left on this 3-day candle. Okay, the 2-day candle just closed, and so we have yesterday. So yesterday's engulfing candle closed pretty nicely. It was a daily or 2-day engulfing candle to the downside. Generally speaking, if you get an engulfing candle like that, you're going to get a retest of that candle at some point. Retest 50% of that engulfing candle. Okay, if a minimum of that. Okay, now it doesn't mean that engulfer doesn't mean it has to go down, but that's a pretty powerful statement to the downside that there's an engulfer. I think there's also an engulfer on the daily. So we got a daily engulfer to the downside. That's a bearish sentiment. Okay, what we have not retested that engulfer. We generally retest. So I would look for a $31,000, about $30,900, $30,100 retest of that bearish engulfer. Minimum, I don't think we're just going to go straight down from where we are. Okay, that being said, if we're bearish, I don't think we're going straight down. There's going to be a retest of that at some point in the near future. All right, so more than likely. Now, does it have to go down? No, it doesn't have to go down. Let's just zoom back out and just kind of look at what's happening. Okay, now on the larger time frame, I look at this, guys, and I say, okay, this is. Oops, sorry. Let's try that again. I look at this and I say, okay, there's 3 waves for you. That's 3. Okay. That's a clear 3-wave move. That's the way I look at that. Okay, that's the analysis there. Then what I'm seeing here is I'm thinking my son's getting ready to come in, so with his friend. So just keep that in mind, guys. Come on in, buddy. So I'm looking at this and saying, okay, this could be 3 waves right to there. Okay, that could be a 5-wave C 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You know, I'm not a great fan of that, but it's not bad. That's not a bad count, and that's one of the counts I'm watching. You say, okay, what would that three-wave move be doing? Well, I don't think it's like a wave 4 or a wave X of this move to the downside. In other words, I'm not seeing this as like a W and this is all we get for an X and then we get a Y wave down, because the problem is that the problem with that would be proportionality. We wouldn't have any proportionality to that wave at all. So I would see this as probably working its way up a bit higher if that's going to be an X wave. So if that's going to be a wave like I just drew it, now I've been looking for it. I've been looking for it to go up to the 50K for quite a while. But my problem is I've been looking for this X wave to come on up here. It just hasn't gone up fast enough. Okay, it's gone up much too choppy, and so the wave structure that I was expecting to see. The wave structure that I was expecting to see on the way up, we've kind of lost what I was expecting to see. It's really gotten too choppy, and this wave at the top here is much too big. So it's caused me, as much as I hate it, it's caused me to kind of abandon that straight up move that I've been expecting. I haven't abandoned it altogether because it's not invalid. Okay, it's not necessarily invalid. I'm just wondering how likely it is, based on this wave structure that we have right here, that we're going to get a wave that just turns around and goes straight up from here. Okay, that gives us a nice big bullish move straight up. I just don't know if we get a bullish move. This is what it would have to look like, something like this. Okay, and it would have to go up and retest this high. But the problem with that, and drawing it the way I've got it drawn, is that this would be much too extended, much too big, and just the shape of this impulse would just be much too ugly. I just don't gravitate to that count. So I know that I was talking about it for a long while, but once this thing took forever, took how long this thing took, this wave right there, I've kind of lost my love and feeling for that big move to the upside. Okay, so I just want to let you know about that. So I'm ready for it to do that if it wants to, but I don't have a lot of. I'm not holding my breath for that count, guys. I'm really not. But I'm ready for it if it wants to do that. Okay, so what else could be happening here? Well, like I said, this could be three waves right to there, and that could be your C wave right to there for a flat, this is an expanded flat. You got three waves, took out the low. We got 3, 3, and 5. That would be a potential, three-wave move that's finished. You say, okay, what's going on? Well, let's zoom in just a little bit and say, okay, what else could be happening here? Okay, let's get rid of this WXY here because I don't think that's playing. Okay, now I do think this is some kind of an ABC here, ABC, right there. All right, and then this is an ABC. Now what's happening? Well, zooming in on this price structure here, the way I handle that, the way I look at that from a wave structure standpoint, and it's at least one of the ideas that I operate on, is that this is three waves to the downside. Boom, boom, and boom. There's three. Okay? Then you got a clear flat right there. Clear flat. Okay? Now, one might argue, you got three waves right there. The problem with looking at that as three waves like this, the problem with looking at that entire thing as a WXY, is that the second this Y wave, what we would consider as a Y wave, is much too small and is not proportional, and the extension of it doesn't come low enough to really match the W wave. In other words, it's too small. It's not big enough. Okay, so when we pull the fibs on it, we got W and we got an X right there. And look, this only comes to the 618 extension. Okay, so I believe it would be a wrong count to say this is a W, X, and then a Y. I don't think that's the right way to look at that wave. I do not think that that's the count at all. Okay, now you say what else could it be? I think it would be better to say we got a W, we have an X, if you wanted to call that you could say W, X, Y, X, Z. Maybe that's a W, X, Y, X, Z. That's a potential, but that's not even the way I'm looking at it either. But that's a better count than looking at this as a big W, X, Y. Okay. Now, the way I've been handling it, I think this wave right there is much more proportional to that wave right there. So I'm looking at this as 3, and that is 3, and now this as 5 right here. And it may have finished right here. It may be done. May have completed, finished its move. Okay? So and that would be an A, B, and a C wave. Okay? Now the way we count this last wave, okay, is you got a 1, 2 right in there. Okay? We got 3, we got a trashy 4, and then a 5 wave move. Okay? So I would look at that as an A, B, and a C. Evo, I will definitely get to your question shortly. Let me continue my thought here, and then I'll get to your question. Just hang in there, okay, buddy? All right. So what would that be then? What if that's a flat there? What are we calling that? Well, if this is a flat, then we're going to call this some kind of a W, X, and a Y right there, and then we got a 3-wave move there that broke the top. Okay, I would expect the next move to be a 5-wave move to the downside, like this, and it would need to come down in 5 waves. Okay, and we may have the 1 wave in the works at the moment. Then wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now it's a possibility, and that could come down even lower than that. Than I've got it drawn. This could come down a lot lower. Okay. This could come down and retest the bottom. Shoot, this thing could come down and take the bottom out. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that this could be a large structure like that, and that would be 3 waves. Okay? That would be 3 waves. You say, okay, Jim, what would then that be? How would that play in the big picture? Well, it's very simple. You've got 3 waves to the upside, 3 waves to the downside. If it comes back 90% of this previous wave, then what we've got is a flat to the upside. You've got A, B, and C. Then all of a sudden, this 3-wave move makes sense as correcting this larger 3-wave. You got this 3-wave straight down, and then you get this corrective wave, this B wave or an X wave back to the upside, retesting 50K, 60K even. Okay, let's pull the fibs on such a move. The 2618 hypothetically could come up to the 52K range. That takes out the liquidity. It takes out this liquidity right up. Oh, come on. Right up in here. It's a nice liquidity zone. Hits the 786 retrace of the entire move down. 786, 618, and that in this ballpark right in here. Okay. So that's a nice move, and we'd call this either an ABC, depending on how low this flat goes, if it goes, or we call it a WXY if it goes more shallow, and it would go up in 3 waves. So we would expect a 5-wave move to come up fairly quickly from this kind of move. We'd be looking for something like this. Okay? And that would be an A, B, and a C wave. Okay? Hey guys, we're definitely going to get to XRP, I promise. But we really need to do our homework on BTC, on what we're expecting with price and the price action of BTC. And that will help us understand what we expect with XRP as well. So I always take my time with Bitcoin, and then we go to all the alts after I'm done with Bitcoin, okay? So we just talk about all the possibilities that we're seeing. So hang in there for XRP, but you're going to want to hang in there, because once we understand the mother, BTC, then we're going to be able to understand the rest of the market a lot better. Okay. So this is a possibility here we need to be aware of, okay? So I've just built a count, I've just built a structure that is possible from an Elliott wave perspective that whether it plays or not, it's another story, okay? But it's an idea that we need to at least be aware of. So going back to the small time frame, you say, okay, what would we expect to see if this scenario is going to play out? What would we expect to see in current price action? Well, zooming in, you can see what we've built here, what we've developed here. Okay. Excuse me. Zooming in, what we're doing is we're building a flat here that may or may not be finished. Now, the way I've got it drawn finished, and we finished with an ending diag. Now, it wasn't pretty. It really wasn't pretty at all. Okay, but there's an ending diag there. Not a major fan of that count, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of it, but there it is. So boom, 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 right there. Okay, so there was an ending diag. This was a wave 4, right here, WXY, ABC, whatever you want to call it. Okay, there was a 3-wave move. So that finished. That wave structure finished right in there. So what are we looking at here? Well, we're looking at an impulse, okay? We're looking at an impulse, and this could be flagging out for a wave 4 right now. This might be flagging out as a wave 4, and we may need a spike down for a wave 5, which, we're waiting to see if we get that or not. I'm not sure if we're going to get it or not. So if this was a finished move to the downside, then we're looking for 3 waves to the upside. So we could get some kind of spike to the low and then a 3-wave move back to the upside. And usually that will come in the form of an expanded flat, usually. Okay, so in other words, they're going to work this level for a little while, for several days into a week. They could work this level, take this low out, shoot it back up, come back into this region here. You think it's done. It's not done. It actually just it creates some kind of a expanded, and would retest the high, and then it shoots down after that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see an expanded B wave. Okay, that's very, very common there. So that's one scenario there where you get 1, 2, 3. This was wave 4, and now we're getting wave 5 that finishes. I need 5 waves to come down and finish. Okay, once that's done, I would look for 3 waves back up to test this level, 3 waves back down to take that low out potentially, and then they'll shoot it up quickly for a C wave ABC, and then they take it back down, and then they work it down. And that's the way they like to do tops and take it down. So that's the kind of price action we would be expecting to see, something along those lines. It is impossible for me to guess, guys. What kind of beer am I drinking? I'm drinking Dr. Pepper and cream soda 0. What were you saying exactly to Evo? Because I'm not sure if you responded to Jack. To Jack, you think I'm on beer too? I'm not drinking any beer. Just talking about wave structure, guys. Just talking about wave structure. And if we go back and analyze, how waves like to begin at the beginning, you'll find that a lot. That we finish waves very similar to this. And then come back in 3, some kind of 3. It's impossible for you to know what kind of 3 that's going to be. It could be a simple zigzag. It could be expanded. A lot of times they expand it because they need to work the liquidity in this range. Okay, and so they'll take this low out right there, boom, shoot it up, take out this high, take out the liquidity, and then down we go. All right, so that's kind of my take on if we go down from here. Okay. That's if we go down from where we are. That's the way I expect. So, guys, expect some shenanigans in this range right here over the next week or so. Okay, expect some shenanigans between now and the end of the month. Okay, we do have. I think it's next week. It's next week. It's not this week. I think it's next week that we've got what do you call it? Dang on it. The Fed rates coming out. So we got Fed rate coming out. Oh yeah, no worries, bro. No worries. We got the Fed rate coming out in 2 weeks, so that's going to play a part in things. So anyway, all right. So there's your bearish count, guys. Now an alternate bearish count here. And we'll get bullish here, Eddie. Just give me a minute. I'll give you the bullish count here, okay? But if it's an alternate bear idea, is that we actually haven't finished this correction, but we finished it right here, and it may want to hit the low one more time. It may not. So there's a hypothetical here where we could hit this low and then shoot up and take the top out much more definitively, okay? And then come and get bearish on us by rejecting after that. So if this was a completed correction here, so there's a way to count that as 3 like that, then they could still come up, take the high out, and still go down. So guys, this is a challenging area on the market to trade. Definitely challenging, because they painted the waves in such a way, guys, that they could take price up very easily, and there's plenty of accounts that take us up, and they could take us down. And it just really depends on where the liquidity is right now. It really depends on where the liquidity is. With the move that XRP made and XLM made, I think the market, based upon that court case outcome, based upon the move that happened subsequently, I think the market is pretty bullish right now and is looking and saying, hey, there's some bullish hope for Bitcoin. And so it might be a prime time to actually, for the market makers, to take the market down, especially if sentiment and traders are taking it to the upside. But it may behoove them to give us a hit to the high first, take the liquidity out on the high side first, get people to FOMO in, come here and tag 34, 33, 34,000, and then just reject hard, really hard and fast. They take all these levels back out, come back into this range right here, play around. Okay. Play around up and down with price, and then dump it. Okay. Keep everybody guessing what's going to happen, right? And then dump it. So I can see that as another way to interpret what's happening and what could be happening here. Okay. So those are the two bearish ideas that I have, and this second idea says, hey, we didn't finish this wave. We finished a correction here. We need to go tag the high one more time. That this was a wave 4 of some kind. Now this is a wave 5. So we got like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, granted, that's a really big wave 4. Took a lot of time and energy compared to the rest of the wave. Hard to see that as a wave 4. So with that said, let's erase the chart and say, okay, what's the bullish idea? What's the bullish idea? Okay. How do you get bullish here in this wave? Okay, how do you get bullish here? Well, I think to be really bullish, you have to do to be really bullish. Okay, you're probably going to have to, instead of doing what I do and call that an A, B, and a C wave, because it's hard to say, hey, we got a C wave and we're still in it, because the shape of this wave is too weird, okay? For it to come, for this to be a C wave that's starting like this, okay? So I don't like this as a wave C. I don't like that. So what you're going to have to do then, more than likely, is to make this a triangle, okay? Which I think some of you have made this a triangle already in your accounts, okay? I'm not a major fan of this as a triangle. Let's see. How was that counted as a triangle? Oh yeah, okay. So you're gonna have to call it a. Let's see. We got A, B, C. Yeah, I can't get a triangle out of that. I totally cannot get a triangle out of that. Can't do it. I just cannot do it. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying, but I'm not seeing a triangle in here. I know. I know some people tried to argue for it a while back. I just having a hard time with it. You could try to make it a triangle fourth. Yeah, I don't even like it as a fourth wave. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Jonathan. I agree. There's no triangle. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to do with it. Four. Okay. Okay. Here's a shot in the dark here. I'm not a fan. Yeah, Sean. It's not a triangle. It's not. I know it's not a triangle. I know it's not. But I don't know what else to do. All right. So let's just. It's a square. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, guys. It's a circle. Yeah. Anyway, what you'd have to do is you probably have to ignore and just call this a bottom of something. You just say, that's really ugly. That's a really ugly fifth wave. It is what it is, and you just call that the end of the move. Okay. You'd have maybe you could call this a running flat or something like that, and then you have a fifth wave right there. In other words, you'd have to have the start. This would have to be the start of something, okay? Probably. And I don't mind a 1-2-1-2 here. 1-2-1-2. It's not a bad 1-2-1-2 start. So we're gonna say there's a wave 1 and a wave 2, okay? The wave 3 is gonna come up here, 4 and 5, like that. And so what we have right here is a 1, okay, and a 2, all right? Then we got 3, 4, and 5. So we're in the middle. We got a 1-2-1-2 right here, and so this is working on the next move. So when you zoom in here, okay, what's the bullish? What's the bullish look? Well, very rarely do you get a sideways wave 2. Very rarely. Now you can get them. Okay, you can get them. 1, 2, 3. 4, excuse me, sorry about that. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And then you get, some kind of a B, C. That could be an ABC. And that's the way the wave goes up from here. Okay. Not a fan of that. I'm really not. I got a problem with that. It's just very rarely do you see this as a 1-2, something like that as a 1-2, and then and it goes up from there. I just would not. That bullish count is super challenging, and I'll be honest with you. The bullish count from here, guys, not to be a market bust here, but it's not looking good for the bullish count from here. So for someone expecting just a straight up move, now that can happen. It can. I'm telling you, it can. We just don't have a really great look. A great look for it. I mean, I imagine this could be some kind of wave like that. But this hasn't really come low enough. This never really got up high enough for me to like even that move, to be honest with you. So, yeah, as bullish as I can be right now. I'm not Ultra Moon Boy. I'm just not, Eddie. I'm sorry, man. I'm from a wave structure standpoint, I don't mind. I hit to the high, take out this liquidity, and a rejection. But I'm wondering if we already got that with this ending diag right here, and now we already have that rejection. That's kind of where I am, guys. I'm wondering if we've already gotten looking at this wave. Let's just look at this wave right here. Okay. A to there, B to here, C to there. Okay? A, B, C. And then right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a nice expanding diag right there, isn't there? With an overshoot, with a throw over. Boom. So I think it's, guys, that's too compelling for me. I'll be honest with you. It's too compelling for me. I'm having a hard time seeing much more than that. So my small time frame analysis for the next little while is either, instead of this being a diag, that's some kind of a three-wave move. Okay? If that's some kind of a three-wave move, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's possible. Okay? I suppose it's possible. You can have some kind of a W, X, Y. Not a fan. Not a fan. But if that's some kind of a three-wave move, it's ugly as crap. Maybe I can put it there, and maybe that's some kind of weird count there for 3. You could have some kind of a, B, and C. And C isn't finished, maybe. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would have to come down here, though, for that to be done. Unless C is finished. Unless C is done. In which case, so that's challenging. That's a little bit of a challenging wave structure there. That's a bit of a challenging wave structure. But anyway, you could have some kind of a W, X, Y. Oh, there's a possibility. There you go. There's a count. There's a count right there. That actually works, guys. Oh, that works. That count actually works. Boom, boom, boom. With an ending diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that works. I like it. Finally, I got a count that I'm satisfied with. Okay, yeah, that works. So we got a 3 up, we got 3 down. It did come back 90%. Okay, and then a 5 up. That's a flat there. It's pretty crappy. So I like that as a correction. I do. Or this wave isn't done and it needs one more down. One more hit to the low. So we come down, tag the low. Eddie, are you just joking around with me, having fun, or are you agreeing with me? that count works very, very nicely. So the question is, do we have 5 in this last wave? Or is that 3 and that's done? Let's work on this last wave. Let's do some work on this last wave here. Because this has taken an awful long time. Ooh, that looks like a leading diag, doesn't it? Is that a leading diag? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With a three-way pullback. Yeah, Usman, did you notice that I started with the larger time frame, and now I've just kind of zoomed in to see. I'm trying to give us a sense. Are we finished or not? Does the wave look done? Is there a count that we can count the smaller time frame and say, hey, we're done? But I've done most of my analysis already on the larger time frame. I've offered the larger time frame analysis. Now what I've done with that as our context and framework, we're saying, okay. Do we now have a finished wave? Okay, is this finished, or can we expect another hit to the high? Are we going short here? So remember the count. Okay, remember the count. The larger time frame. The larger time frame, we've got an A, we've got B. Okay, now is the B done? Maybe, and then C. And I'm looking for C to come down here. So this is the way I'm kind of looking at the market right now. I'm thinking, and that's the question: is this B done? Okay, is this B finished? And so that's what we're doing on the small time frame. We're trying to figure out, is this a B wave that's finished, or did we get a fourth wave that was just a bit tricky, and then we hit the high one more time, hit about 33 to 35,000 in that range, and then dump from there. Okay, so I can totally see that. In fact, when we pull the retrace fibs, we have really nice target at 32.5. 32.5. Yeah, we're going to do an analysis of the entire market here. I'll show you what I'm expecting. Okay. We can kind of look at that, Evo, once we get a 1-2 up here, that's clear. We can kind of project where that 5 waves is going to go, if it's 5 waves. If it comes down, we can kind of project where it's going to go. But right now, we just pull the fibs and watch the structure as it comes down, right? If it comes down. So number one, if this idea is correct, and I'm not sure if it is or not, but it totally could be. So if it is, then how long will it take? And we can watch the fibs. Here's the 618 right here, 786. The 90% is right down here at 16.9, 17,000 range. I'd love it to come back 90%, because if it comes back 90%, then it could shoot up just as fast, the V-shaped recovery, and then go up and hit $50,000 like I was expecting before. So we'll definitely look at the stock market shortly, but back. So that's the context here, right? This is the context of my main count that I'm watching in the market. So here's the way I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking, okay, this current move, it's either finished or it needs one more high, and that's the part I don't know. That's the part I don't know. And that's my big question. Because if it's got one more high, that would be great. That would be fine. That would be a nice entry. Okay. So yeah, maybe one more high. Maybe it's done. If it's done, I'm looking for a 3-way pullback to retest that breakout. I mean that bearish engulfing candle on the daily. Looking for a retest of the 50% of that sucker. So I can maybe short that as well. if this count is correct. Now, I'm here to tell you that my analysis and my wave structure, I may be incorrect, but I've told you why I've gravitated to this count and not that 50K count that I've been talking about for a while. I've had to abandon it myself. I've been looking for 50K for a long time. I've been very, very bullish since all the way down here. I've been bullish all in here, guys. I'm saying up, 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 and I've been looking for it to go up to 50K, but it has not gone up in the way that I've expected. So I've had to kind of let go of that big bullish count and say, I think there's another way that this may end up playing out. Okay. Yeah, Job's, the dollar's tanking for sure. We're going to have a rally a little bit, but if you guys have been around the channel long enough, you guys know I've been calling for 94 cents. So I'm still looking for 94 cents before a larger rally. So I'm looking for, my target is down here somewhere, okay? Right here in the middle of this liquidity zone, right in here, somewhere, and that's where 94 comes in. 94 is like right smack at the bottom of these waves here. All this liquidity zone, anywhere between 94 and 95 cents is my target zone for now. 94.8 is a really good target, and I've been calling for this wave to come down for quite a while. So that's my main target. Now, does it have to come down here now? No. It certainly looks like it's coming down pretty hard. Could this thing shoot up like this? Absolutely. That could shoot up like that before it comes down again. So watch out. This could be some kind of a flat right here on the DXY. So don't be too bearish, but I am pretty bearish, and I am at some point looking for this wave to come down and hit these levels or lower, or even potentially lower than that down the road. We'll have to see how this plays out. But watch out for a flat here. Okay. So if the DXY starts pumping here for some reason, because maybe the Fed raises rates again this month, starts to talk really hawkish instead of backing off like they have been. But maybe they start, maybe the dollar gets real hawkish or whatever, then and we get this big bullish move back to the upside, retesting these levels. Then that could be our down move that we're looking for in the stock market, as well as the rest of crypto. We might get a bearish move down to the downside. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays. Okay. Anyway, we'll do some more looking at the DXY here shortly. But that said, let's go back to ADA. So I want to go back to the small time frame. So for those of you asking, what are you doing on the small time frame? Well, what I'm trying to do is say, okay, in light of the grander context, okay, so what is this wave doing? How do we interpret it to try to get some sense? Should we be long right now for another hit to the high and then short and be ready to short? Or is our short, are we looking for a short somewhere after a three-wave move here that comes down, retests the top of the box here, and rejects off of that? So that's the big question mark for me. Is this going to start working its way up, hitting the high, and then reject? Okay. Or is this working its way up in three waves and then going to reject after that? Now, so that's kind of where we are in our analysis, okay? Welcome back, Angry Sack Magic. The person with the best screen name or name of over all of YouTube. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. All right. So understanding our dilemma here, how do we interpret this? So one way to interpret it says this. I've got an A, I got a B, I got a C. That's a finished three-wave move. And then we already got our fifth wave, and it was an ending diag. Okay? So there's one way to interpret it. Wave 5 is done. This wave is finished. We're done. We're kaput. Okay, right there, the finish here. We're not going to expect a higher high. This was the first wave to the downside. That may or may not be finished. So we may have a finished move down, or this may have to come down for a fifth wave. That's another question. Do we need another wave down? Yes, I think that's highly likely that we get another wave down from here, and then a 3-wave back up. So if it's finished, if that finished, then we're looking for 5. So I'd love to see another hit to the low, something like that, where we come down, come up, come down. There we finish 5 waves, and then we have a 3-wave correction. A 3-wave correction, more than likely some kind of expanded flat, something like that, where then we end up tanking. So we're going to play around in this range, play around under here for this liquidity, come back into the range a little bit, pretend like we're going down again, hit the top, grab liquidity, and go. So that's the way the market could play out if this is a finished 3-wave move and that's an ending diag. Then we're looking for a 1 and a 2 and a let's go. Okay? All right, so guys, I know that looks like I'm just drawing squiggles on the chart, but I'm really applying Elliott wave in a very simple way here. Understanding the way markets like to move, and especially the way Bitcoin likes to move. It loves expanded flats. The Bitcoin loves expanded flats, okay? So I kind of am looking. Now, let's go to the small time frame and say, is there another way to interpret this? And I just came up with another way to interpret it that actually has us going up to hit the high one more time. So let's talk about that possibility here. So if we've got an A wave right to here, okay, now we're going to call this 3, 3, and 5. That's the B wave. And now we're in the middle of C. Now C could be finished. I don't think so, though. I think C needs to come down. I think we need to come down and hit this low and take out this liquidity down here. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see this come down here, take out this liquidity, and then shoot the top and take out that liquidity up here. And that's the way I expect price. That's a really, really smart and good way to look at the way this market may play out over the next several days. We hit the low and then start working our way up, and we hit the high. Okay? So if we hit the low and hit the high, okay, somewhere around anywhere between $32,500 and $3,000, that's a nice area target, and then reject. Play around here for 3 more waves, and then continuation. It's going to take a long time to develop. Okay, all of this is going to take a lot of time. We're going to have another Sunday night chart or 2 in the middle of this wave action, okay? I'm just sharing the idea in general, okay, the way this will play out. So looking at current price action here, let's zoom in now to the 5-minute, 1-minute chart and say, what is it doing based on the idea that I just gave? Well, one way to interpret, and this is something you need to pay attention to over the next little while, this could be a leading diag to the downside, okay? So notice we have a WXY to the upside right here. We got a W. Oh, come on. We got a W. We got an X. We got a Y wave right there. That's 3 waves. Came up to the 786 extension. Okay, now what do we got going on right here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a leading diag. Okay. Now if we pull the retrace fibs, we came and tagged the 618. I would not be surprised to see this thing go up and tag the high one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. I wouldn't be surprised to see it get up to the 786 maybe. And that would be a wave 1 and a wave 2. And we look for a wave 3, 4, and a 5. We look for this to tank. Take out these lows here. Okay, and come on down in 5 waves. That's an idea. And the way to count the wave then is you got 1, 2, okay, 3, this is 4, and we're looking for 5. Now, that's problematic. That count is problematic, okay? And the reason it's problematic is because this looks like 3 waves and not 5 waves, okay? So that is a problematic count, taking into account the small time frame. There's issues with it. But if you look right here, there's a 5th wave in the wick for the wave 3, Okay. In other words, you could count wave 3. I don't like it. I'm not a fan, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really ugly, guys. I know it's ugly. I know it's ugly. But the market does ugly things all the time. The wave 1 looks like 3 waves. Okay. So that is a potential. That's a potential. Now, what would be the invalidation of this count? Well, that's an easy invalidation. Okay. If this count gets invalidated, if this high gets broken, okay, this count gets invalidated right there. So if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe we had 90 people watching a little while ago, and now we got 50. Question: Is Elliott Wave just too hard to follow? Is it hard to follow somebody practicing Elliott Wave right in front of you? Should I just dumb down the video and just say this is the count? I try to go through the process of showing you the thinking that goes into the counts and why I make certain decisions. And hopefully that's educational. I'm a teacher at heart. Give me some feedback there in the those of you watching. Of course, those of you watching probably value this, to be honest with you, me breaking the count down. But we'll see. We'll see. Give me some feedback there, guys. All right, so with that said, that could be a 1, 2. That easily gets invalidated by a break of that high because the rule is wave 2 can't surpass the origin of wave 1. Okay, so that's what we would watch for. This is not too many counts, Usman. This is 1 count, but I'm breaking down the sub count. I'm breaking down the small time frame. Okay. It's all 1 count. But now you got to understand what we're doing. What we're doing is we're asking, where is this next wave going? Okay? And where and wherever it goes, okay, how can that help us with the trade, right? So if this is price going to go up from here or down? All right, here's a question, guys. Some people have to go to bed. I got you, Johnny. Thanks, guys, for the feedback. Keep it coming. So if that's 3 waves, okay, is that 3 waves or not? Or is this a 1, 2? Is that a wave 1? And now we got another wave 2, and now we're going up. So the question is price from here going to go up, or is it going to go down? Well, it's going to go one of those ways, right? But the question is there any way that Elliott can help us? Elliott help us to get a bias on whether that's going to go up or whether it's going to go down. And so what you do is we zoom in and we say, okay, what is this wave? What is that? Is that 3 or is it 5? Is that 3 waves or is it 5 waves? The way I look at it looks like 5 waves. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? It kind of looks like a leading diag. So if that's a leading diag, now this is resembling a 3-wave move back to the upside. So my analysis is saying, hey guys, this is real likely here that this is that's an impulse to the downside. That's a 3-wave pullback. I think it's much more likely that price goes down from here. Okay, just looking at this wave structure. Okay, doing the analysis of this wave structure, I got 3 waves to the upside, 3 waves to the downside, 3 waves back to the upside. That's a finished WXY. That's a finished 3-wave move. Okay. Then you've got a 5-wave move here. Boom. All right. With a 3-wave pullback, I'd be looking for this to break to the downside, and that would be a 1, 2. So I'd look for a big move to the downside for a wave 3. Okay? So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Saying, okay, so if that happens, if this goes down from here, well, what is that? What would that be? How would I interpret that in the grander scale? So I got 1, I got 2, I'd look for 3, 4, 5, something like that, and then all of a sudden you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 3 is problematic. There's no doubt about it. Wave 3 is problematic because you don't have 5 waves in wave 3. You got a 1, 2, 3. So there's an issue here. I gave one bearish count and then an alternate if we tag the high. So it's basically one count with the question of did we hit the high or not? Have we finished or not? So one sub count. So that bearish count has two different sub counts. So anyway, appreciate your feedback. All right, so that's kind of where I am in interpreting this here. Now, if you want to be simplistic, you say, forget all that crap, Jim. Forget all that. Well, here's what you got. You got a potential 3 that finished here. Let's go up. Let's tag the high and reject. Okay, there's possibility 1. Okay, you want to get simplistic. Or we tag the low one more time. Boom. Go tag the high. Boom. Then we reject. That's the same count. Just two different ways. It just all depends on if that wave is finished or not. Same count. Is that wave finished? I don't know. Okay? So one wave, we tag the low, then we finish the wave. Go to bed. Good night. No tongue on TV, okay? All right. So boom, boom, boom. It could be finished. It might not be finished. Same count. Just, is it finished or not? 5th wave, yes, no, I don't know. Then tag the high. Are we going to get that high? I don't know. If this already finished, no, we're not going to get that high. This is wave 1 to the downside. We get 3-wave pullback, and then we go. Okay? So if this wave finished here, we're not going to get another high. So that other scenario that I just shared doesn't work out. A subtitle to the subtitle. No, I'm not offended, bro. I'm not offended at all. I'm just trying to help you understand that I think your perspective of looking at this as multiple counts is maybe you're misunderstanding. Maybe you're new to Elliott, and that's, I'm not offended at all, brother. The point is, and this is where we always have trouble in Elliott, is this wave 4, and is wave 4 finished? And if that's so, then we get a wave 5. But sometimes we're looking for that last hit to the high. One more hit to the high, then we're done, then we're going to go down. And we look for that last hit. And what happens is we end up getting this. And we never get that last hit to the high. Why? Because we already got it. We already got that last hit to the high. So that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma that we're in right now, for sure. So that's the difficulty here. And so that's the classic place that Elliott Waver is in. Is this wave 4 and that's wave 5. Now we're going down. We're just looking for a pullback and then let's go short. Okay? Or is this entire thing a wave 4 and then we need to go hit the high for 5 and then we go down. So we're looking for the spike. Let's short the spike. Okay? That's another way. And so those are the two. That's kind of where I am. The famous, that's right, Crypto Fitter. It's the famous last hit. I mean, is it going to hit or not? And so I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And so I'm trying to do the analysis on the small time frame and try to give us our best chance at getting it right. And so for me, I've got two very viable counts of all this trash here. And I don't think there's anybody else on YouTube doing this in-depth analysis of this trash here, guys. So hit the likes and share it with your friends, guys, because I don't think I don't know. You tell me. Are there any other guys that do the in-depth analysis on these small time frames for you? That's kind of what I'm doing here to give us the best chance of understanding what's happening in all of this trash. Okay, so there's A, there's the B wave, there's the C wave. There's a count for you that could be done. Or this is a wave 4. We need one more hit to the low. A last hit to the low. So this is 5 waves right here. Do we get that one more hit to the low? And then we go up. Maybe, right? Exactly. That last hit from 69 to 72K, it never came. That's right. That's exactly right, man. I remember it We were asking the same question. We knew price was going down. We knew price was going to go down, but the question was, are we going to get that last hit to the high or not? Are we going to get it or not? And we didn't get it. We didn't get it. But we were short at the right time. I think the market structure gave us a three-way pullback. The top of the 69K and the first wave and the three-way pullback, it gave us a beautiful entry short there. So we didn't miss that at all. But yeah, that was a question we were asking. So, all right. So, okay. So for every 5 waves, guys, in the market, you're always asking the question, have we finished it or do we have one more go? So this wave doesn't look like 5 waves to me at all. It doesn't look finished. And so I'd be inclined to see this come down more tonight, taking out this liquidity down here. Now, if that happens, let's just boil it down to there are 2 options. Number 1, if this comes down, taking out this liquidity down here, okay? Then there's 2 things that's going to happen. It's going to go up in 3 waves back to the upside. Now that 3 waves can take any number of shapes. I would guess, if I were to guess, it's probably, if it's 3 waves, it's going to go up 3 wave-ish in some kind of expanded flat. So watch out for some kind of an expanded flat up here. Get 3 waves back to the 618 region, okay? Trend is your friend till it ends. And we at Elliott Wave, we Elliott Wavers, we always look to see if it's done or not by looking for the 5 wave count. C wave can go lower, like 28. Yes, the C wave can go lower. Take 28K. Yeah, will it go to 28? I mean, man, if it goes down to 28, I'd be surprised. But it could. It could. And then it could take out 33. Yeah, it could do that, Mr. Fairhill. Absolutely. Last high by early August. Yeah, maybe so. Well, there's a sense in which there's some truth in that. That if BTC is going down, and so okay, that brings us. Okay, so I think everybody is in a good place here, where you kind of know what we're expecting in this area. Okay, so in this area, we've finished maybe, and now we're just looking for some kind of 3-way pullback. This may have some downside to go, 3-wave back, and then continue. Okay. Now, if it goes down, okay, let's just look at that in the grand scheme of things. If it goes down, or it may have to hit the high first and then go down. But what does that count? What does that count? That count, Jack Frost, is going to be some kind of a flat. Okay, we come down. And who knows how long it's going to take. It could come down really sharply. It could come down relatively sharply. It could come down 90% of this. It could tag the low. It could take the low out. There's any number of things that can happen. But it's going to be more than likely a flat of some kind. Okay, if it comes down. So this B wave might be finished. It might not. It might have one more hit to the high and then down for this idea to play out. I don't know. But what would it be in the grand scheme of things? Okay, boom, boom, boom. There's your A wave. There's your B wave. Looking for a C wave. So looking for a larger move like this. That's what it would be. So with, guys, now what we need to do is take this shape now of what we're expecting, and let's look at the rest of the market and see if we can see a similar shape being formed in the rest of the market. In other words, does our analysis of Bitcoin, the heavy analysis that we've done of Bitcoin, kind of apply to the rest of the market? Is there a rhyming that all of the market is doing? Is the market rhyming? Let me do something real fast, though. I want to get down to the 5-minute chart here. And I just want to watch this wave because I'm trading right now. And I'm interested to know if this is going to go up and hit the high or not. I want to see if this is going to go up and hit that high. I want to hit that high. Okay. So we got boom, boom, and then let's go. I'd love to see this get up here. That would be nice. Job's that, sideways is relative in what range, what top and bottom range. But I think that's, I don't know, 5 years, but for the next, yeah, I mean, we certainly. Yeah, you're right about that, J Mart. So the bags have already been built, right? But just look at this liquidity grab. Think about it from a liquidity grab. Everybody's like really bullish here. Let's break out and go. That's why I think we're probably going to hit the high one more time, and then all of a sudden it rejects and comes down. Boom. Takes out. Comes down in 5 waves, and then shoots up. So it comes down, grabs liquidity down here in these ranges, and then goes. Okay, so that's the way markets move a lot of times. So yeah, all right. So there's the big idea. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's look at XRP because everybody's really interested in XRP. This is XOP. Let me get XRP on the screen. Excuse me. Where's my XRP chart? Oh, there it is. I got XOP on the screen. All right. Okay. XRP. So I've been for those of you who've been paying attention to my XRP analysis, I've been saying that, man, I'm looking at this. I think this just needs to go up like this. And I was looking at it going up in this range. I was looking for it just to kind of go up. So I was like, this needs to just kind of go straight up. But now what? Now what? What does XRP generally do? Well, if we look back at this move right here, this move right here that went straight up, okay, what did it do? It came back down and retested, played around for a while, and dumped all the way back down, okay? So you got to understand that, yes, this was a great and a wonderful move of XRP. But more than likely, this is going to play around up here and come all the way back down. Okay? More than likely, because that's the way XRP moves. In general, that's the way she moves. When she goes up big, there generally is a little bit more of a slow, steady march before she goes up really big. Okay? So, and I don't think we have that. I think this is a 3, 3, and a 3 right there. Okay, you got a 3 up, you got a 3 down, and now you got a 3 up. Okay. Now we could be getting some kind of diagonal or something, so this could come down. But I think we're coming back down before we go up again. Okay. I think we're coming back down. That's the way I'm looking at XRP. So more than likely, guys, we're going to be retesting this breakout zone. This is coming back down. Now, how's it going to come back? Is it going to come? Just look at the ways XRP has acted in the past. The type when it comes back down, we get this breakout and then we come back down. Okay, we got that breakout, we came back down. Okay, we got this breakout, more than likely going to come back down. That's the way this thing moves. Okay. So that's the way I'm looking at XRP, guys. So I'm not seeing this going straight up here. Now could this go up and hit the high again? Absolutely. So if this wants to go up and hit the high again, it can, and it can keep pumping, right? Whenever this pump stops, though, more than likely she's going to come back down to the breakout zone. So that's the question of the day. Is this going to keep pumping? Okay. Is this going to keep pumping? We're at a key level right now. At a key level. Excuse me. So more than likely, this is going to play around, get some rejection as we got. It's going to retest and then come back down. Retest this high right here. This trend that trend may be respected. It might get respected. If it gets respected, great. Then we're looking for some more movement to the upside, right? It could totally keep going. It could totally keep trending to the upside. But guys, the way XRP historically moves, this is the way. I don't think we're looking for this. Yeah, is that possible? Sure. Excuse me. It's always possible. And let me just say, I spent all this time talking about this move here to the downside. That's the way I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking a hit to the high and then down, right? But let me just tell you guys, if this thing keeps going up, Bitcoin just keeps going, then I'm going to shift back to my 1-2-1-2 count, okay? And of course, my bias right now, I'd like to get this little long move. I'd love to catch that little move as a trader if we could get it. Well, it may not come, so I'm going to have to trade that with good risk management as always. Okay. Thanks, Chemo, for that. Okay, let's look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is a bit of a conundrum to me. I'll be honest with you. Looking at the daily. Oh, by the way, let's go back to XRP just a minute. Sorry, let me. So remember in Bitcoin how we were kind of looking for this thing to come down and then go up. Look at XRP, guys. Look at what we're looking at. We're looking for this thing to go down and then continue up. See it? So that moved to the downside and then back up. So that's very plausible for Bitcoin. This move to the downside and then back up later on. Okay? In which case, instead of calling this a WXY, we could call BTC a 1 and a 2. And that would be a 1-2 count. Boom. And then we go. All right, so let's look at Ethereum. What's Ethereum doing? Ethereum has me baffled a little bit because I'll be honest with you, I look at Ethereum and I'm thinking, man, I would love to see this. I would just love to see something straight up, big like that. A, B, C. Here we go. But here you got this weird wave structure right there, right? So you got this weird 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It sucks, kind of trashy wave structure. And you got an A, B, and a C. So I'm looking at that thinking, okay, then if that's ABC, then maybe this is indeed some kind of a flat here where we get this three-way move down. And maybe the trend holds. Maybe the trend holds. Boom, boom, boom. And then up we go. And then all of a sudden you got a 1, 2, 1, 2, and we go to the moon from here. There's your moon boy count. Selenda, yeah, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. It may pump to the moon for sure. It may pump, but how it's going to go up, it's challenging for sure. But yeah, could it go up and hit a buck, and then reject? Yeah, it could totally hit that high and then come down in 3. Absolutely. So yeah, we could go up, hit this high again, and then come on down, right? Guys, if you guys need some regular chemotherapy from Kemosabe, just come on into the Discord. He's there to keep us all straight. All right, let's look at the small time frame here. What is this trash? So when you look at Ethereum, I'm just like, yeah, what is that? What is this wave here? You kind of want to go. Let me know. I see this wheel. Okay, now I guess I'm okay. So you kind of go 1, 2, what, 3? Is that 4? Is that 5? Is that it? So if that's the case, then all of a sudden you got some kind of a W wave to there. Then you got this flat to their X, and now Y is coming. In other words, we finished, man. We finished that correction. We're coming down. We're not going to go hit the high. Okay? Bitcoin's not going to go hit the high. I mean, I guess it could, but it probably not. So I look at Ethereum like, oh, it looks kind of doneish. It really does. Looks kind of doneish. So that's the big question of the Discord. Not the Discord, but of the day, I should say. That's the question of the day. You got me thinking about the Discord, Chemo. Are we going to tag that high or not? And I'm not sure, guys. I'm really not. But if she starts pumping from here, you know, I can get bullish. I can get more bullish. I can abandon this downward move. I can, but this wave has to start getting. In order for me to lose it, I really just need to see this thing pump and pump hard, and to keep going. I want to see this breakout, retest that breakout, and continue without coming back in to this price action zone. That's what I want to see. If I'm going to change my mind to get bullish from here, I need to see price get out of this zone, retest it. I do not want to see it come back in this zone right here at all. No here. Bad news here. I want to see it and then go. That's what I want to see if I'm going to be bullish. Same thing with Bitcoin. Okay. I need to see, if I'm going to get bullish, I need to see it break out here. Retest the breakout. I do not want to see it come back in. I do not want to see it come back in this price action territory right here. I want to see it find some support and continue. If I'm going to get bullish from here, if I'm going to get bullish, say, hey, we're going to keep on going, I need to see this thing get some legs and get moving and moving hard. Okay? Okay. Let's keep going. Let's look at ADA. What's ADA doing? ADA has been a thorn in my side, but it looks like a flat. Okay, it looks like a flat. But I have a problem. But it could be a flat. In which case, you kind of got this A wave to there. You got a B wave to there. Now we're in the C wave. Okay? Something like that. And so that's kind of pointing to 3, 3, 3. We're down. Then 3 up. Boom, boom, boom. ADA is a bit of a conundrum to me, I'll be honest with you guys. It's a bit of a conundrum. Another possibility here is that this is the B wave is going to get more complex. So we got an A wave to here, boom, and the B wave's coming down here. Going to take the low out, and the C is going to shoot up. This could be finished 3, 3, and we get 3 down. Boom. Take the low out, and then V-shaped recovery. Boom. A, B, C. That could be something we're looking at with ADA. So looking at overall ADA's price action here. If ADA wants to go boom, oh come on, jumping here. 3, 3, 5. Hit the low one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's a challenging one, I'll tell you. It's challenging. Wave structure here is pretty sketch. I'm not sure I know what to do with ADA. ADA is kind of a oh man, what do I do with you, ADA? What do I do with you? I need more data on ADA, guys. I'm just going to have to abandon it. I don't think it's being helpful at all. Check XLM here quick. XLM, same thing on XLM as XRP. Got a nice leading diag potentially. So you could look at this as a, you know, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a throw over. It's a very similar shape to this right here. That's not a diag, but it's very similar price action. This could come up, give us 3 waves, and then continue on. So we get a 3-wave move down nonetheless. Excellent. All right, let's take a peek at the S&P and the regular markets. We're winding down the live stream here. Let's look at the S&P, see what's going on. S&P, guys. Here's my main count for the S&P. Boom, there it is. She's up there. We're about done with a C wave here, and a C wave in the B wave. So we've got a leading diag potential here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 3-wave pullback. We've already gone past the 618. I think we're approaching the 786 retrace. Okay, we're approaching it. We're coming up to the 786 retrace. So I think we're in a good zone to see a potential reversal back down. So what I want you to do is draw this trend line on your chart right there. Okay, draw that trend line. If you get a break of that trend line to the downside, that's going to break price structure. Okay, and if price structure gets broken, then there's a good chance we are coming down. Also, draw this wedge shape on your charts here on S&P, something like that. If this breaks, I think it's yeah. Let's draw it on the daily out of the 2-day. 2 days better. Two days better. I'm going to keep it like that. Consider that an outlier for now. If you get a break of this to the downside, I guess you'd have to watch that trend right there. You have to watch Watch that. What's the daily look like? The daily trend, man, the trend sucks. Just watch for a break of the RSI to the downside. Watch that break. Okay? But I am looking for some kind of A. This is B. Okay, looking for C down here. I'm looking for C down here. So we're looking for this to finish and then break. So that's the idea. That's what I'm expecting to see. That down move could correlate with a Bitcoin move to the downside as well. And I would expect 5 waves out of that. Okay, let's look at gold. The DXY, again, remember what I was saying about the DXY? Watch out here because this could be a flat. Okay, so watch out right here. You've got an A wave right there. You got a potential B wave. That's a WXY. And then watch out for that C wave on the DXY. Okay. So that up move might correlate with a down move in the S&P and a down move in Bitcoin, and so we might see a pump here in the DXY. What would precipitate that pump? A raising of the rates, a hawkish move by the Fed in 2 weeks. Okay. All right. Let's look at gold because I haven't looked at gold in a minute. Tesla as well. Tesla, I've been bullish on Tesla, guys, but watch out here. This could be 3 waves. That's about finished. Watch out for Tesla to maybe pop the high just a little bit more and then reverse. This could be an A, B, C instead of a 1, 2, 3. So, but that was a great trade. If any of you took it when I called it down here as a B wave, looking for a C wave. Okay, that was a great trade. Let's look at gold now. XAG. There, that's silver. Sorry, XAU. There we go. Let's look at the 3-day. Oh, that's beautiful. That wave structure. Just absolutely gorgeous. Why is my chart? Oh, this is gold. Yeah, this looks like some preliminary, boom, boom, boom. And I don't think this is done right here. I think this is ready to rock to the upside. We got a break here already. Boom. Looking for gold maybe to make another high to take out the highs here. Gold looks decent. Let's look at silver. You got a nice 3-wave move here. Let's see. Got a nice 3-wave move here. This is in silver's looking like it's ready to rock. It looks like you got a nice 1-2-1-2. Man, that's a 1-2-1-2, guys. Oh, we're looking for something like this. Now, if it's not, we're looking at this as 3, 3, and maybe 3. And then we go down. Or this is a move down. We got 3 up, and we're coming down there. So that's the bearish look at it. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You draw that trend line right there. You get a break of that to the downside. No good on. We're not bullish anymore on silver. Okay. So if you get a break of that to the downside, you're not bullish anymore on silver. All right. All right, guys. Let's do some final analysis here on the small time frame on Bitcoin. Man, I'm really looking for. Love to see if it's going to get a pop to the high or not. Or if this is just going to work its way on down. So, yeah, my take on this wave, I got two ideas. This could be a 1-2-1-2 with a move to the upside. That's the bullish look, where we just start working our way up. Okay? So that's 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. Let's go. The bearish look says this was a 3-wave move. Boom, done. Some kind of a wave 4, and we need wave 5. There's 5 waves. 3-wave pullback. Let's continue on down. That's kind of the way it looks. It's kind of the way the market's looking right now. So watch out for that move right there. Looks like a leading diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With a 3-wave pullback. Whenever that's finished, look for another move to the downside. That gets invalidated at a break of that high right there. That idea gets invalidated the moment that high is broken. Okay? All right, guys. Well, it has been good to be with you on Sunday Night Charts. It's good to be back. Thanks for giving me a couple weeks off. Sorry, the content's been slow. Let's see if I can whip some content out this week as this wave develops, and we'll see if we can keep track of what Bitcoin's doing. Don't forget to just like, subscribe, guys, and do all the things YouTube loves as we try to grow the subscribership of the channel, guys, and we'll see if we can get the regular content back out coming soon. I used to make videos every day, but now I make 2 videos a day in the Discord. It makes me kind of tired of videos. I get tired of being on screen a lot, but we'll get some content out to you. Thanks for being a part of the group. Kim Wasabi, thanks as always for being the guy you are and just adding the good just a good moderator and good conversation as we're talking about the wave structure. And everybody who had their ideas and shared their ideas, appreciate you guys as well. You made the conversation fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. We'll talk to you later. Let's go take a little chill pill and just relax, watch the market. I'm watching to see if this thing's going to pump and stop and reject or take that high out and keep rocking. So that's the next thing I'm watching. All right. We'll talk to you later, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.